So we'll see how this goes, but I apologize if there's some Can you hear me? Test 1, 2. Sounds like I'm very loud compared to the... Or very quiet compared to the game. I turned it down. Okay, let's see. How does that sound? Okay, let's see. How does that sound? Turning the game up a little more. The game just got quiet too. Test. Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Okay, I'm closing my stream there. Reach out to me if something sounds off. Hopefully, this is okay. I want to try to get as much of the kinks sorted out on this before me and Paul try to stream something and we stream it from my PC. So this is a new PC that I built just last week, and I also have a new mic that I bought for this, a lapel mic here. It's here on my lapel, which I don't know, this is a collar. I don't know if it's really a lapel, but the same idea. Because a lapel is like a collar for a jacket, sort of, right? Anyway, this is Factorio. I have my big monitor up here, and then down below, where you can't see where my hand's pointing, I have a small little monitor, like a portable monitor, where I'm monitoring the stream. So I should be able to see the chat and other stats and stuff about the stream while I'm streaming, which is handy. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into the game. So I'm just going to give a quick tour of my factory. Like if I zoom way out, you can kind of see my factory here. Oh, it looks like bad things are happening. Yeah, my uranium mine is getting attacked. I have pretty good defenses there, so I'm going to leave it be. I mean, I don't even have to save this, really, because I'm touring the factory and not actually, making changes. So I will show you first my original factory in the game, which is janky. Now, you're probably, if you're like me, you're seeing all of this stuff and thinking, whoa, this is an incredibly complicated game. How would I even start with this? And yeah, it is a complicated game, but I started over here with some pretty light stuff, and I built up to that level of, let's see, it looks like there's a little heart thing showed up. I thought somebody might have been reacting to the chat, but maybe it was YouTube just being weird. Anyway, One nice thing is I can easily move between my top monitor and my bottom monitor. I don't have to, like, click out of the game, which is nice. Oh, hey, there's Chasmanius. The Factorio be factorying. Nice. It's not showing I have any viewers. So that's weird, but I guess Chaz is in there. Maybe it's just OBS not picking up the stats and stuff. I see the hearts now, too. So here is copper. This is where I started mining my copper. I pulled up all the drills because I wasn't mining over here. And this is where I was taking the copper and putting them into whatever you call these things. Yeah, but if I take some of these copper plates out, smelters, that's what they're called, furnaces, then you can see it's going to pick up some of this copper and start smelting it. And I made some wire out of copper, and look at all of these electrical wires all over. Down here you can see where Debugs, who are the villains in the game, destroyed my turret here, and there's no power coming through here because this is cut off. They destroyed a bunch of stuff over here, but I wasn't using any of this anymore. The main thing for over here, you see, none of this has power because it all got cut off. This is my original factory, and it's been kind of broken. I still use this area to mine coal. So there's some coal right here, and it's being taken over here and loaded onto these boxes, and then eventually the coal train, not the wrapper, a literal train with coal is going to come, or that picks up coal, is going to come over here. Up here is my power plant. So the power plant is what gives power to the, hey, I just popped into Lurk, but it looks like it's going well. Thanks, Chaz. Glad to hear that. Thanks for the feedback. It's always hard when you're streaming to know how it looks, because trying to pull it up and watch the stream while you're streaming, you get noise from different things, and it's just hard to actually tell. So I appreciate that. These are my steam-powered, well, really coal-powered turbines. So you have these boilers, and they're getting coal from a separate coal mine up here, which I'll show in a minute. They've got these boilers. These are connected to the water supply from the lake, and they burn coal to produce steam. And the steam engines, they spin from the coal and create nice, juicy electrical juice. I'm getting attacked again. Yeah, this time it's my iron mine, but it's fine. This is my attempt to go green, solar panels, but to do that effectively, you have to build a bazillion solar panels and a bazillion batteries, and that gets expensive. And by the time I got scaled up to do that, oh, here's the bugs attacking. You can see my laser turret is taking them down. There's a whole big bunch of them over here. My laser turret's taking them down, and my robots, my logistic robots, are over here doing repairs as they get attacked. So anyway, this is also where my water supply comes from. I need water for other things, so I fill it up these tanks, and then a water train comes through with a fluid wagon, and that fills up. Oh, some bugs are down here in my old factory causing problems, so let's see if I can't show y'all a little what the combat's like. Right now I've got a shotgun and a machine gun equipped. So I just use the machine gun to take that guy out. There you go. You don't really even have to aim. You just press the space bar and it shabooms them. I could also show y'all something I recently unlocked. So I've got this. Oh, looks like it's out of range. It's an artillery. So if I were in range, then I could show you the artillery. But those bugs are not in range. So anyway, I'll skip that other coal mine for now because it's not as interesting. Here's some of my trains. You have to do signals at intersections so that trains won't just crash into each other. So let's see if I have any signals in my inventory because it'll show you something different. Yes. So you can see here when I've got a signal in my cursor, these are, and there's a train. When the train passes through here, then this signal turns red. And so if a train was coming this way and was in this signal, this would turn red, and the train coming this way would not cross the signal. There's better ways to do this that I learned later, so at some point I want to come in and fix this up. But for now, it works. It keeps trains from colliding into each other, which is the purpose. If I had more trains running on these tracks, then I would need something more advanced, but it is what it is. I'm back up here to my thingamajigger, my power plant. Down here, there's the water train. It's over here unloading water into these so that it can be used by things that need it. And I have this because the water train and the oil train do overlap, and so do use the same track in the fluid depot. So this is so if the oil train needs to come down here where it drops off the oil and it's down here, then it doesn't get blocked by this. It can go whoop all the way around. So here I have I'm gonna quit with the signal. Down here I have my oil refinery. So the oil is getting popped into here by the train, and the oil refineries are taking the oil as well as water. Originally, you could just turn oil into this gas, the petroleum gas, but later you unlock more advanced oil processing. So now this cracks the oil into petroleum gas and heavy oil and light oil, which the light oil I'm pretty light on right now because it's being used to create fuel right here. The heavy oil can be used to create lubricant, which is what's over here, and it's needed in machines that you build. And then the light oil can be used to create fuel and other things. So that's what this whole plant over here is for. And I have more down here. This is my better setup. That up there was my first attempt setup, and this is my more efficient setup. So live and learn, and then make better setups. That's the way this game works. Over here is my new main power plant, which is nuclear. So only have 2 nuclear fuel cells in here. So I need to, let's see. The way that works is you have the reactor. The reactor produces heat. The heat goes into the heat exchanger, which produces steam. It's kind of like basically similar to the boiler, but it works with nuclear heat, not coal heat, which is a little different the way you have to spread out the heat. And then you have these steam turbines that are more efficient than the steam engines, and they produce electricity from the steam from the nuclear and stuff. So over here is my main processing area for iron and copper. So the train comes through here with copper from the copper mine. That gets unloaded, and these furnaces smelt the copper into copper plates. Same idea over here, where the steel is unloaded from the steel mine off the train, and these get, or not steel, iron. And these get turned into iron plates, and then the iron plates are then smelted into steel plates. Down here is stone, comes from the stone mine, which is not very far away, so I don't need a train for that. Here's the stone mine. These are drills that are mining it out, putting it on the conveyor belts. The conveyor belts run up here, and the furnaces turn it into brick. And then over here, water and brick makes, and also this unrefined iron ore makes concrete. So I got a bunch of concrete in here. See, it's full. Yeah, I should pick that up so it can keep going. There we go. And then, yeah, this is where the really important stuff comes out. The iron, copper, and steel are used by pretty much everything. Over here, I'm using a chemical plant with coal and petroleum gas to make plastic bars, which are used for other things. Here, this is my setup for making these conveyors, because you need a whole bunch of these. It's like I'm running low. So I'll grab another of these. Once these fill up, and you can like use this to block up how much, it'll only fill up these up here, then it stops producing. So here's an example of a formula. You have iron plates are made into iron gears, and then these iron gears are turned into these slow or yellow belts, and these yellow belts are turned, and iron gears are turned into the red belts, which are faster. So that's the idea behind that. Like, that's just a simple explanation. Something else is getting exploded. What's getting attacked now? It looks like it's still my old place. I can maybe show you this now. I'm not going to save this because I'm touring. I'm not actually building. So here I am dropping a artillery on these bugs if they'll stay there long enough. Artillery shells are usually better for, yeah, they're not going to stay there long enough. It missed. Let's try here while they're stunned, I guess. Nope, that didn't work. Artillery shells are usually better for their nests. Not the thing, but not the bugs themselves. But it looks like this one might actually shaboom. He got it. I want to drop one on this guy here. Let's see. Boom. There we go. Anyway, it destroyed some of my own stuff. Down here, I'm making circuit boards out of plastic, cable, or wire, or whatever, and iron plates. Well, not plastic. Plastic's used for the advanced circuit boards, not the regular ones. Over here's the advanced ones, which are red. And then I needed more, so I built even more down here. But these are being starved, because right now they need copper plates, and copper plates are being used. I'm running low on copper plates, so I'm going to need to ramp up. One is the efficiency factor. Like, if you look over here, these copper plates, these aren't outputting because everything's being output on one side, and I need to rebalance that. So let's see, where are these coming from? Well, now they're slowing down, but like these aren't outputting. So if I take, let's see, if I do this, I know this is riveting air, so bear with me. That doesn't work. I need something with a little more space, because this is bottlenecked. See how that's working? I need to be able to do something with that. Let's see, do I have, right now it's not all that bottlenecked, but I need more copper plates to be feeding my machines. See, you can see them coming through here. They're feeding these machines now. Over here, this is where uranium comes from my uranium mine. Their uranium train also has a fluid wagon for sulfuric acid because that's needed to mine the uranium. Then over here, the uranium is being processed into uranium. I forget what they're called. There's 238, and I think 235 is the other one. Yeah, uranium 235. So I need to use the 235. That's the harder one to get. You get only like one little bit for every bunch of the regular kind. Up here, I'm making some engines, uh, engine units. Over here is some flexible material stuff. What's it called? Low density structures. Some processor units. Some flying robot frames. Here's my artillery. Whenever I shoot with my artillery thing, this is where it fires from. This is a radar unit. So one thing that's interesting is if you look at the map, so here you can see some bugs coming and getting killed by my, if I zoom in, yeah. But in this game, you're on the premise, you crash land on a planet, and the planet, your goal is to go from nothing to basically building a rocket to escape the planet. And in order to do that, you need to do a bunch of research to learn how to build more stuff, then build more stuff, and then use that stuff to do more research. So these little science packs, they look like beakers, are what's needed for research, and you get different colors. Like this is the yellow science pack. I think there's a term for it, utility. And then this one is production. There's another for logistics, military, etc. And these get progressively more involved. Like this one, you have to use a processor, a flying robot frame, and a low density structure. And all of those, to make each of those is a whole bunch of steps, and so on. And then you feed these into the science labs over here, and you can use that to look at the research tree. And here's the research tree. It's not the whole thing, but it's a good chunk of it, to research more and more stuff. And here's all the stuff. Green is what I've researched. Yellow is what I can research, and red is what I can't research yet because I need to research other things first. But if you look at the map, as you produce and build stuff and expand the factory, this red is pollution. And whenever pollution starts to reach the bugs, which are these brighter red spots here, then the bugs get mad and come and attack your base or your factory. And so you've got to clear out some of these. There's also things you can do to reduce pollution, but it's really hard and generally impractical to completely reduce it. But you don't have to worry about, see these bugs over here, you don't have to worry about those because there's no pollution over there yet. But once pollution reaches over there, you have to worry about them. And the more nests from the bugs you destroy and the more pollution they absorb, the more they evolve and the stronger they get. So, yeah, that's the general gameplay loop. And you unlock progressively more and more complicated stuff. Like trains you don't start with. You're just using belts and stuff early in the game. And then you unlock trains, and then you unlock these roboports where you have these little robots. So let's say right now in my character, I have these logistics where if I ever run below 200 electronic circuits, then I will, let's see, what button do I press? I don't drop things often, so I forget what button I press to drop something on the ground. So I want to look at that real quick. Drop item, Z. So if I start dropping all of these circuits, I've dropped below the amount I'm supposed to have. And look, here comes the robots. They are resupplying me. I have a store of these circuits somewhere. Another thing is the robots will automatically repair stuff if something breaks. And you have to build out the network. Like if I look at the map and then put on, let's see, pollution. I'll turn off pollution so it's not as their tags. Work a road. So you can see my robots roving around now. Like they're all over here moving. Turn that off and click logistics network. So the smaller orange area is where robots will bring stuff and carry stuff around. The green area is where they'll go to repair. But they have to be connected by having the orange parts touch each other. So you have to build stuff out that way. But yeah, that's like a later game unlock. You can get trains and see all the signals and how they're running. You can get, see, why is that signal red there? Is there a train? Oh, it's because the copper train is there. You can see where all of your production is. You can show the pipes that are carrying your fluids. There's a lot of stuff you can do. It is a complicated game, but it goes at its own rate. Or you can go at your own rate. And here's my copper mine. 2 of these are out of copper. So I need to pull the 3. There's one down here. So I need to pull those up and move them over to start getting some of this copper. The train's loaded up. I need to put a door here so bugs can't get through. That way down here is my iron. And this is why trains are nice. And I need a lot more iron so far in the game. So here I've put up my iron. And then way down here. And I have a car somewhere. I don't use it as much, but it's handy. Way down here in the wastelands. There's a patch of stone if I ever need some more stone. But I have another oil field, I guess is what you call it. So this is where the oil goes. I also have a artillery in case I ever need to shaboom something from down here. And there's the train. You can see it's refueling on the oil. So it's slurping up the oil, it filled up, and it's gone. This is my furthest outpost. There's a bug. What's that guy doing? Where's he going? Who are they going after? They're just ignoring my roboports and I think the bugs focus on military targets because they follow the Geneva Convention and stuff. Here's my uranium mine. I always think of plankton. F is for friends who do stuff together. And the plankton's version, U is for uranium. Bombs. Got sulfuric acid. This is kind of backed up. But yeah. I feel like I've shown most of the factory, and that really digging into something would be, I would just be kind of droning on. So I am going to go and rush this. Let's see, how do I switch weapons? I'm used to playing on the Steam Deck with a controller, so I'm still learning a lot of the keyboard and mouse controls, which I think keyboard and mouse is the way to play this game, just in terms of whenever you're building more advanced stuff, it's a lot easier to do. But I've always been more of a controller guy, so I played mostly on Steam Deck. But now that I got my PC built and set up here, I'm mainly using my PC keyboard and mouse so that I can keyboard and mouse it. I'm probably past the weapon button. Yeah, where's the weapon button? It's probably up here near the top. Switch weapon, swap weapon, shoot enemy, next weapon, C. I'm going to go with my shotgun for this. Hey guys. This is not going to go well. Because I spit acid after a point. But you can also kite them over here to your laser turrets. Problem is, just killing the bugs doesn't matter because these horrific looking nests over here spawn more. So, you gotta kill the nests. Generally, if I see, I'm gonna continue, but it continued me down here at the autosave. It's not what I want to do. I want to load my last game, so make sure that I start from where I started before. Anyway, it's still continuing me from there. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, oh, I see the Moose Champion is here. Is this Factorio as seen on Turtle Jump and GameScoop? Yes, this is in fact that very one. Sorry, I need to be more diligent about looking at the chat down here. I don't know how long that's been sitting there. So, anyway, thanks for watching if you watched. And let me know what you think. If there was anything in terms of the audio or video or anything odd about the stream, let me know so I can fix it for next time. Hopefully Paul and I will be together streaming something soon. Lord willing, and something about a creek. But yeah, thanks again, and farewell. Oh yeah, like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell icon. Other stuff probably. I don't know. I'm not good at that plugging thing. Bye.